So, Foresight by Wordsworth. So, foresight itself means like predict and stuff like that. So, it has more meaning for the poem, but we'll go back once we describe the whole poem and explain that. So yeah. And so the first sentence starts off with like dashes, and it's kind of like a dramatic pause, and it like starts the poem. And then it goes into a command, like do as Charles and I are doing, and it's like the exclamation point for emphasis.
So it's like important, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Charles and I are like important characters in the poem.
Yeah. And then the command is also like directed towards someone you don't know. It kind of seems like it's maybe the reader, but it doesn't really explain that yet, and it kind of like makes you focus on it more, I guess. Focus on the poem.
And then it starts to go into like talking about different flowers, which have a different meaning. Each of them have a different meaning. And so it starts off saying like strawberry blossoms, one and all, like we must spare them. So like we shouldn't pick the strawberry blossoms, and the strawberry blossoms kind of resemble like something precious and
perfect,
like love. In love. Like, yeah, and you want to like hold on to that and not pick it. So
yeah, and then there are a lot of dashes in like the first stanza, and the dashes are kind of like taking it all in. Like there are all these flowers, like we must spare them. Dash dash. Here are many. Like look.
Yeah, like enjoy it.
And then it's look at it. Dash dash. The smaller spot, like taking it all in, like appreciating it, and it's kind of like letting the reader think about it too. And then it talks about how like small and low the flower is, so it's kind of like emphasizing, it's a really small flower. So maybe
you have to look hard for it.
Yeah.
And you have to.
Like you have to look hard for love and stuff, and maybe it isn't fully grown. That too. Just thought of that.
Yep, that's true.
And then it has like another command, like do not touch it, with an emphasis, and it's like don't, like just wait, just let it grow, let it be. And then it finally tells you who they're talking to, and it's Anne. I am older Anne than you.
Yeah.
So, and it also puts Anne as in a positive, so like she's all like it's by herself, and it's kind of like, hey, we are talking about Anne, by the way.
But then it goes into talking about a different flower other than the strawberry blossom. This flower is the primrose, and primrose kind of represents like young love, and it's saying like pull the primrose, like pull as many as you can, so like have as much like young love and experience as you can before like you find like your true love.
Yeah. And then it also talks about daisies, and it's like take your fill, like have it, keep your innocence, and then pansies, and then the cuckoo flower. I don't know if that's real. Probably is, but I did not find the meaning of it.
I don't know what that is.
And then of the lofty daffodil, and daffodil has to do with chivalry, so it's kind of like it's like kind of that youngness that you have
so, like,
just as a flower.
Like have your fun and like remember it.
Yeah.
But it won't always be there. The young love won't always be there.
Yeah. And then it's talking about like making your bed, and then make your bower is like it's like a little kind of place, kind of like a tree. It's a tree, like both of them kind of remind me of like tranquility, so it's like places of tranquility. And then it says like fill your lap and your bosom. We all know. Well, yeah. I don't know if y'all know what bosom is, but we're not going to go there. And so it's kind of like relating the two, like places of tranquility, and like where to put the flowers and stuff. And then it says like only spare the strawberry blossom. So like just wait for it, especially with the exclamation point, like wait for that love. Okay, so
then let's see. It goes back up to the primroses, which is like young love and happiness, and it's saying the spring may love them, so it'll come like in the spring, but the summer knows nothing of them, so they're gone like that. Yeah. Is what it's trying to say, kind of. And
then like violets. Well, with each one of these, with the primroses and the violets, it uses in a positive to start out, like primroses, like this is what happens. Violets, this is what happens. It's kind of like a list, but it's more like jumping at you, like this flower does this and stuff like that. And violets we found were simplified innocence again. So again, it talks about how innocence dies and stuff. You want to talk about the daisies?
Yeah, and then the daisies, it goes into talking about daisies, and it's saying daisies leave no fruit behind. It means like gentleness and innocence. So I guess what it's trying to say is,
like, your innocence is gonna die too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, basically it just keeps on saying like young love comes and goes, and then innocence dies, and then like the flowers die, and then it says pluck them, and then here they'll come blowing by. Like, so like even though it dies, it'll come back.
yeah,
and
you'll
stuff.
still remember them. And
Yeah. And so then the next stanza it starts again back to the strawberry flower blossom, same thing. Like, yeah.
yeah,
And so a kindlier power to the favored strawberry flower. And so it's talking about, God has made love, and, it's kind of like, these things come and go, but love is forever and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then let's see.
So then it talks about like spring going away.
So
which,
young love is
yeah,
going away.
Yeah, which was like talking about the primroses at the beginning, spring
then-
loves them, but it's going away, so young love is dying.
And then it's saying like you and Charles and I will walk. So they're like onto like maturity into like greater love. It has a deeper meaning.
Yeah, and then it's talking about like the lurking berries that are red and ripe, and it can talk about like ripe love and stuff, because
It's like new. It's like a new thing to them, but it's like better than anything else they've experienced.
yeah. And then it goes on to talk about a leafy bower, which what I talked about later. Like at first it's like a tree, like a tranquility type stuff, and that could like relate back to an arbor, which is what you like get married under. So what we got from the poem was that Charles and Anne are like getting married and stuff, and then it talks about for that promise spare the flower, and it's talking about the strawberry flower. So it's like saying let love live, and like
Let it flourish on its own.
yeah, like the love that Charles and Anne have. So then back to the title, we found that Foresight, it's kind of like talking about how the seasons change, and like how there's change in life and stuff, and that you can predict what happens with like every like with how you mature, and like
As the seasons change, like you get older and you have like new realizations. Like if you look back on like other like past years in your life, even like your like last school year, it seems like so far away, and you've like matured so much from that.
yeah.
Just like that.
So yeah, like the change of innocence and love. So yeah, this is a really long video, so we're gonna say
Goodbye.